What do royalty, superheroes, and Broadway stars have in common? Enter the fascinating world of Anne Hathaway.
Hey, I'm Garrett, feeling pumped today.
And I'm Leah, super excited to dive into today's topic.
Welcome to Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett.
Anne Hathaway. Okay, here we go. From the top. I remember watching The Princess Diaries as a teen and, immediately practicing that tiara wave in the mirror. It was the first time I saw this kind of modern fairy tale where the princess felt like a real, slightly clumsy person with heart. That movie made me daydream about secret royalty for months, and it totally set the stage for Anne Hathaway's breakout because she went from that relatable teen to someone who could basically do anything on screen.
Let's dive right in. Anne Hathaway is an American actress who works across film, television, stage, and voice acting. Think of her as a screen chameleon who shifts shape from role to role without calling attention to the mechanics. Her films have grossed over about $6.8 billion worldwide. Box office gross means the total money theaters took in for those movies. Awards-wise, she has the big ones covered, including an Academy Award, the Oscars, a BAFTA, a Golden Globe, and a Primetime Emmy for television voice work.
That chameleon thing is spot on. She can be hilarious one film and devastating the next. Quick glossary flyover while we're at it. A BAFTA is the UK's top film award. A Golden Globe comes from the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and a Primetime Emmy recognizes excellence in television. She's even sung live on camera, which is rare in big musicals. So when people say she has range, they mean she shifts medium, tone, and even skill set, from martial arts to live vocals, but without it feeling forced.
All right, let's pick up the early years. She was born in Brooklyn and moved to New Jersey when she was little. New Jersey became home base for school and a lot of early theater. She was raised Roman Catholic, even briefly considered becoming a nun, and her views evolved as she grew up. Around her teens, she started serious training. She studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and became the first teenager admitted to the Barrow Group acting program, a respected New York theater company known for naturalistic training.
While she was doing that, she also sang soprano with an elite high school chorus and performed at Carnegie Hall, and she appeared in plays at the Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey, which is a well-regarded regional theater. Around the same time, she started to get noticed for that classic, expressive screen presence. People compared her early vibe to Judy Garland, who was a golden age Hollywood star known for The Wizard of Oz and emotionally transparent singing. That influence shows up later when Anne sings live on camera. Then the big TV break hits. She's cast in Get Real, a short-lived Fox series, and that sets up her leap to film.
Here's where it clicks. The Princess Diaries. Gary Marshall, known for heartfelt comedies, cast her after his granddaughters praised her princess hair. No kidding, one of those serendipity stories that changes a career. The movie becomes a commercial hit, and suddenly she's the relatable princess icon for a generation. But what she does next is the key move.
She pivots, and it's brave. She chooses Havoc, which is dark and messy on purpose, and then Brokeback Mountain, a drama directed by Ang Lee, who is known for intimate, emotionally precise storytelling. She plays Lorene, Jack Twist's wife. In a very actor-y move, she said she could ride horses to get the role, then took lessons fast to back it up. That's commitment, even if it meant learning at sprint speed.
Next up, The Devil Wears Prada. She has said she was the 9th choice for that role. 9th. But she kept at it. She prepared by volunteering as an assistant at an auction house to understand the rhythms and pressures of being an assistant. The movie lands huge, making over $326 million at the box office, and it reframes her as a smart, grounded adult lead opposite Meryl Streep, who brings major dramatic gravitas. That film basically wrote her a new chapter in the mainstream.
And then comes the 1-2 punch. First, Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises, Christopher Nolan's Batman finale. Nolan is a director known for large-scale, meticulously crafted films. She trained in martial arts, drew inspiration from Hedy Lamarr, a classic Hollywood icon, and brought a sleek, morally gray energy that earned her a Saturn Award. Then Les Miserables. She plays Fantine, and the transformation is intense. Live singing on set, cutting her hair on camera, and a severe, short-term diet for the role. She even isolated herself for a bit to stay in the headspace. That performance won the Oscar, BAFTA, Golden Globe, and SAG Award, and her version of I Dreamed a Dream even charted on the Billboard Hot 100. That's not just acting, that's a full-body, full-voice immersion.
All right, let's roll on to the balance she finds after that. She bounces between blockbusters and indies, which is a legit long-game strategy. Blockbusters, like Alice in Wonderland, The Dark Knight Rises, and Interstellar keep global visibility sky high. On Interstellar, by the way, she was out in Iceland in a dry suit that wasn't sealed right and nearly got hypothermia. That's the physical side of big movies people forget. At the same time, she keeps doing character-driven work like Rachel Getting Married, Colossal, Eileen, and Armageddon Time, which sharpen critical cred. She also produces selectively, like Song 1 and later We Crashed, where she helps shape the storytelling tone.
And there's the service piece that really resonates with me. She's a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador, which means she uses her platform to advocate for gender equality, including parental leave and workplace equity, basically fair treatment and opportunities at work. She's also on the board of the Lollipop Theater Network, which brings films to kids in hospitals. That's storytelling as comfort and connection, and honestly, that one gave me chills. In recent years, she keeps moving. We Crashed on Apple TV+, where she also executive produces, Armageddon Time with director James Gray, Eileen, She Came to Me, Mother's Instinct with Jessica Chastain, and The Idea of You, which reminded people she can carry a contemporary romance with depth and chemistry.
Okay, quick disputed tidbit about a popular myth. It's been reported that she was named after William Shakespeare's wife, also Anne Hathaway. That report gets repeated a lot, and one often cited source is the Daily Telegraph, but it's not independently verified, so it lands in that gray zone of could be true, could be family lore that's stuck.
Right? And whether it's true or not, I think it shows how these little anecdotes shape public perception. It sort of frames her with this classic, almost literary aura before you even watch a role. I get why people like it, neat symmetry that she shares a name with Shakespeare's wife, and then becomes a major performer herself.
Totally, but I gotta ask, why does it matter if it's not nailed down? I mean, if it's apocryphal, a story of doubtful authenticity, the craft is still the craft. The performances don't change. It's a good cocktail fact, but it's not like a key to understanding her.
I hear you. For me, it matters in a softer way. Myths grow around public figures, and they can color how we read a performance. If you go in primed to think classic and old soul, you might be more receptive to her period roles or her musical choices. It's not about truth changing the craft, it's about mood setting. Storytelling starts before the opening scene, you know?
That's a solid point. It's like branding, but in a human way. If the association nudges an audience toward a certain lens, I get the impact. I just don't want it to overshadow the hours in rehearsal, the dialect work, or the live singing risk, the measurable stuff.
Totally. And honestly, if we never get confirmation, I'm okay letting it sit as an unproven curiosity. The performances we can verify, those awards we can verify. The name story can stay in the maybe column without stealing the spotlight.
All right, on pop culture impact. The Princess Diaries created this modern, slightly awkward princess archetype that still pops up in teen films. The Devil Wears Prada gave us a blueprint for fashion world stories with emotional stakes beyond the clothes. And then there's her lip sync battle moment doing Wrecking Ball, which went viral. Viral just means it spread super fast online because people kept sharing it. That clip reminded everyone she can flip to playful and fearless on a dime.
Okay, counterfactual time. What if Gary Marshall had cast Liv Tyler in The Princess Diaries instead? Liv Tyler is known for major films and a calm, ethereal presence. If she had led that film, Anne's path might have slowed. Maybe she still gets Brokeback Mountain through a strong audition, but without that early Disney hit, the mainstream door might have taken longer to open. What do you think?
I'm with you. Without The Princess Diaries jumpstart, the timeline probably shifts. She had the training and stage chops, so I could see her landing Rachel Getting Married style roles a bit later, maybe leaning indie earlier. Would she still have been the ninth choice who becomes the right choice for The Devil Wears Prada? Hard to say. But the persistence pattern feels baked in. She probably still fights her way into something defining, just maybe not fashion world satire at that exact moment.
And maybe she deepens the theater route in that alternate timeline. Remember, she played Viola in Twelfth Night and earned stage accolades. I could see more Shakespeare, more regional theater, than a prestige indie that puts her front and center. The lesson for me is that single moments do change trajectories, but her pattern of preparation and adaptability suggests she'd still find a way to break through. That ninth choice story proves it. The door can still open, even when you're far down the list.
All right, that ties it up nicely. Stay curious, keep it chill, and we'll catch you next time.
And that's where we'll leave it for now. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll be back with more stories worth unpacking soon.